The night air in Texas felt calm, but the crowd could sense something extraordinary in the air. Thousands of people gathered to see the man who carried America's hope in his voice, President John F. Kennedy. He walked onto the stage with that unforgettable smile, the one that made people believe everything was possible. Cameras flashed. The music faded. Then, in that warm, confident tone that only he had, Kennedy began to speak. His words weren't just about politics, they were about destiny. He spoke of courage, of the future, of the stars waiting beyond reach. He said, "We stand today on the edge of a new frontier." No one knew those words would soon echo like a final goodbye. There was something strange that night, a quietness in the air between the applause, as if time itself was listening. When the speech ended, Jackie Kennedy smiled at him. He leaned closer and said softly, "It's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow." They didn't know that tomorrow would never come the way they imagined. The next morning, November 22, 1963, the sun rose over Dallas. The president's motorcade moved slowly through the streets. People waved American flags, children climbed their fathers' shoulders just to catch a glimpse of the young leader who had become the symbol of a nation's dream. Kennedy sat beside Jackie in an open car, his eyes bright, his smile steady. Then came the sound that froze the world: 3 sharp gunshots. The cheers turned into screams. The waving hands turned into chaos. Within seconds, the man who dreamed of sending America to the moon, the man who told his people to choose the hard path, lay still in the backseat of his car. The news spread like fire across the world. Radios fell silent. Millions cried in disbelief. For the first time, America felt what it meant to lose hope in broad daylight. That final night's speech became more than words, it became prophecy. People replayed it again and again, realizing how he had spoken like a man who somehow knew his time was ending. In the days that followed, the nation stood together in mourning. His wife Jackie, dressed in black, stood with unshaken grace beside his flag-covered coffin. And even as the funeral ended, his dream didn't die. The voice that once said, "We choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard," kept echoing in classrooms, homes, and hearts around the world. Years passed, but that single night before his death still feels alive. It reminds us that greatness isn't measured by how long you live, but by how deeply you inspire others while you do. John F. Kennedy's last speech was not just a farewell, it was a whisper from a man who believed that humanity's destiny is to reach for the impossible. And even though his voice was silenced the next day, his words still light the sky like a promise that dreams never die.
Whose inspiring story of politician would you like to hear next? Tell us in the comments below.